Hi, my fellow Hopkins alumni and Saba DC. I'm Kavi Misri, the CEO and founder of Rose Smarter Mental Health. Rose is a digital mental health platform that leverages deep tech for early detection of depression and mood disorder symptoms. We offer the platform to employers to provide our solution as an employee benefit. Employees download our app, and the app interacts with you on a daily basis, providing you with coping mechanisms and helping you build mental health resiliency. If you currently have a therapist or clinician that addresses your mental health concerns, your clinician can see how you're progressing or, more importantly, regressing in care and can adjust your care pathway to ensure you're being taken care of at the right time and with the right modality of care. Our algorithms augment mental health care and simply makes mental health care smarter. In the prior video, you saw a tease of Torrey Smith, a two-time NFL Super Bowl champion for the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles, and not public yet, but our newest spokesperson. Torrey is an advocate for mental health and can attest to the mental health concerns he had as an NFL player, an employee, a father of three kids, and on the road almost every week. Also, someone who lost his brother on game day, and the mental health decompensation from the NFL's pure wear and tear on the body. My version, and less athletic version, of course, of Tori's story started with a 7-year stint in healthcare investment banking in mergers and acquisitions, putting in 80 to 100 hours a week. But it finally caught up to me. Like so many people across so many industries, I burned out. I fell into my own depression when I burned out, and I learned very quickly that depression is not a passive state. It might seem that way to people on the outside, but to the person depressed, it is an active state of pain that takes over your entire body, from the tip of your hair all the way to the bottom of your feet. Luckily, I had the wherewithal and social support to seek help, but that's when a personal and emotional challenge became a technical one. Like many of you, I understand the innate hustle and bustle to rise above. However, we've also seen the toll it can have on our mental health. And when we try to access the mental health care system to get the help we need, we purely can't. I was personally taken aback on how difficult it was to get basic mental health care. I knew there had to be a better way, so I founded Rose and I got to work. But here's where my story is unique. Rather than stick with the basics of teletherapy and wellness tips, me and my team of Johns Hopkins experts went into the lab and cooked up a high-tech approach to assessing and predicting a patient's mental health. We use natural language processing and deep learning to predict depression and mood disorder symptoms early. It's truly innovative, and the early clinical study results are promising. Further, and most gratifying, we've built the ideal product that would have saved me 3 years ago from my burnout phase. Fast forward to today, and we will announce Tori Smith as our spokesperson next week, and we'll also announce the closing of our fundraise, where we raised 1.7 million to meet the growing need and demand for our platform. I'm sincerely sorry that I can't be with you live today, but one, understanding ourselves better through mindfulness by taking the time in our busy lives for self-care strategies like wellness journaling, and two, making sure that our therapists understand our journal entries by leveraging deep tech is the way to more efficient care. ROSE is an acronym for Recognition of Speech and Emotion, and our algorithms and deep tech will transform the way mental health is not only delivered, but also the way it's perceived. Feel free to check us out at rosehealth.com. As you'll learn today, journaling the little details of our everyday lives becomes a celebration of who we are, and we need that reminder of how far we've come, especially in a year like 2020. We're so proud to sponsor this program and delighted to increase awareness of mental health. So thank you to the attendees and a huge thank you to Alina from Zenit Journals for sharing the vision of a more mindful world. I hope you enjoyed the journaling workshop. To those that attend today, we're giving away rose swag of masks and t-shirts like Tori was wearing in the previous video. If you'd like one, please email me directly at kavi@askrose.com. Jamie, please feel free to put my email in the chat for those that are interested. Thank you all for the time for increasing Thank you all for the time and for increasing awareness of mental health. I'll now turn it over to Amisha Patel, the president of the South Asian Bar Association of Washington, D.C. Enjoy, everyone.
Hi, sorry about that. I think I cut him off a little bit early, and I'm also sorry because I don't think you could hear me before. So the trials and tribulations of working from home and Zoom. So I apologize. I'm so sorry. What I did say was welcome and thanks for coming tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for bearing with me too, and thank you for accepting that I'm working from home. I'm Jamie Seward. I'm the Associate Director of Affinity Engagement Programs with the Office of Alumni Relations. And before we proceed, I want to acknowledge our sponsor, the Healthcare Affinity, and our partners, Rose, Smarter Mental Health, you just heard from Kavi, and the South Asian Bar Association of Washington, D.C., and of course, our host and guest speaker, Alina Liao, the founder and CEO of Zenit. So now I have the pleasure of turning the program over to the South Asian Bar Association of Washington, D.C.'s president, Amisha. So Amisha, please feel free to come off mute and say hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to participate in this program today. It's part of our continuing effort as part of our wellness series. Kavi mentioned a lot of things that resonate with the legal community, burnout being key among them, and especially during this time of disconnectedness and the pandemic, certainly been a struggle. So we are very supportive of taking care of your mental health and wellness. And look forward to today's program and hopefully allowing us to kind of bear these upcoming cold winter months that might be dark and lonely, unfortunately. But thank you so much. Sorry, I was supposed to turn it over to Alina Liao. I apologize.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Amisha. And thank you to everyone for being here. I'm really excited to be here to share my workshop, Right Your Way to Wellness. So just a brief introduction. My name's Alina. I'm founder of Zenit, like Zen It. And our mission is to make wellness accessible to everyone. I grew up in a family where mental health wasn't a thing. I didn't know what a counselor was for. And it wasn't until my adult life, I was fortunately exposed to mental health and wellness resources. And so really just deeply empathize with people who feel like, my feelings don't matter, or my needs or what I want doesn't matter. And, just to that, it does. Your feelings, your needs, all of who you are matters. And that's what drives me in my work. So Zenit, with Zenit, I make customized wellness journals, and they're physical journals. This is mine, for example. And the idea is that, for years I had struggled to journal, even though I knew it would be good for me. But last year I was working with a therapist and came up with a few prompts that were specific to what I was working on. I'd write them in a blank journal, and then with those prompts, journaling became so much easier. And I was really, I was doing it and I was feeling the transformation from it. So that kind of sparked the idea for Zenit, where on my website, I provide a menu of prompts based in mental health and coaching practices. You get to choose the prompts that speak to you, and then I make your journal with the prompts in them. So for instance, in my journal, I have prompts around helping me write out what I'm feeling, what I want in my heart, what my inner sage, my wisest self is telling me. And it's just, this is now my third Zenit. And most of my journals before this were just sitting in the corner collecting dust. And it just feels really good to have created something that helps me keep up the practice. Okay, so with that, I want to actually dive into the interactive experience of today. I want to invite everyone to turn on their video as long as you're comfortable with it, just to get that, you know, community shared vibe going, that collective energy. And then we're going to be doing journaling, but, you know, together, but quietly, and then also going into breakout rooms where, you know, we'll share as much as we would like, we're comfortable with. So I just want to say, like, what's said here in terms of what people personally share, what is said here stays here. Okay, so I want to start with just a quick breathing exercise. It's not going to be a full-on meditation, but just to, like, you know, get centered here. So I'll invite you to sit comfortably, close your eyes if you're comfortable with it, or lower your gaze, and bring all your attention to your breathing, feeling your belly expand as you inhale, and feeling your belly deflate as you exhale. Let's do a deep breath in together through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4, and release. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 1, 2. Inhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4, and release through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. And slow release. And this time, as you exhale, lower your chin to your chest, gently dropping your head. And now as we inhale, let's gently roll that head to the side and to the back. And exhale to bring it around back to the front. And inhale, roll it back. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, roll it back. We'll do 3 each way. Exhale, roll it down. When you get to the bottom, go the other way. Inhale through the nose, roll it back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, roll it back. Exhale, roll it down. One more. Inhale, roll it back. And exhale, bring it down. When you get to the bottom, just take a nice deep inhale. Lift your head to neutral. And let's gently come back, open our eyes. All right, doesn't that feel nice? Okay, so before we dive into the journaling exercises, I want to just briefly go over some tips. So there are different mental health and wellness benefits to journaling. It's a very personal experience, but, you know, there's been research to show that it helps slow us down, reduce stress, help with anxiety and depressive symptoms. It's been a big part of my journey the past year with my own depression and anxiety. You know, it can really, like, complement therapy or coaching. It's also something we can do. I mean, we can do it anytime, anywhere, with or without other resources. in terms of tips, I know it can feel like, okay, my life is already so busy. How do I add in more wellness things like journaling? So one thing you can do is attach it to a habit. So for me, in the mornings, like I have to have coffee. That is going to happen. So now I meditate before I have my coffee, and then I make my coffee and I journal as I drink my coffee. So it's this nice little routine, and it doesn't feel like I'm actually using more time because I'd be drinking my coffee anyways. So that's one, if you can like find a habit to attach it to. Two, having a nice space. So I mean, ideally I would be outside with the birds singing in nature, the sun on my skin. That's not always possible, but I like to at least like face a window to outside. I always have my laptop closed, my phone turned over. Even if I'm sitting with my devices, they're like closed. And that just makes it feel like, okay, this is my sacred me time, even in the 5-10 minutes. It helps kind of just make it feel more special. And then the third tip is related to what I do with Zenit, is, making it personal. So I want to invite us to fill in the blank to this super short prompt, and just with like one word or phrase. I want to feel more blank in my life. So if we can all use the chat function, and just when you're ready, share your word or phrase, like feel more calm or more peace or whatever it might be. And we'll just let these responses roll in. Peace, connected, balance, yes. Yes, joy. Joy is a huge part of our health and wellness. Centered. Calm and confident. Ooh, serenity. I like that word. Yeah, thank you guys for sharing purpose. Oh, I'll add mine too. I gotta share. Yeah, thank you guys for sharing. So when we think about kind of just that prompt, what do we want more of in our life? You can kind of tailor your journaling that way. And that's one, if you were to customize your own journal with Zenit, you can kind of keep that in mind as you think about which prompts to choose. So with that, let's go into our journaling. So let's see, I'm going to share my screen and pull up. Oh wait, that's not it. Present. Okay. Are you guys able to see my screen? Yes, I see nodding. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do is, these are 3 prompts. They are this week, what gave me energy, or as a kid, I felt free when, or how has a past challenge made me stronger and wiser? So choose one of these prompts, and we're going to all just journal, write about that prompt we choose for the next, I want to do like 8 minutes. I recommend, I'm a huge believer in pen and paper, because they're like, that actually helps us slow down the process of writing. But use whatever medium you want. Yeah, I'm just gonna play some light music in the background, we'll journal, and then I'll let us know when we come back. Oh yes, one more thing. This is journaling for yourself. This is not homework. These are not homework questions to answer. So if you end up writing about something completely different, that is 100% okay. We want to let our mind and let our hearts go where they want to go. Okay, so with that, we can do our journaling. We'll take 30 more seconds. All right, nice. All right, so we can wrap up that, oops, that entry, or kind of just leave it where you are. All right, so next we're gonna go into breakout rooms. We can do that, right, Jamie? Okay, so we're gonna go to breakout rooms, and we'll have, I wanna do 4 minutes. I'm just watching the time, 4 minutes. And we're gonna be in groups of 3, so nice and intimate. Introduce yourself and share which prompt you chose to write about, and then share. And I'll say, share what you're comfortable with. You know, you don't have to actually share what you wrote about if you're not comfortable with it. You can talk about just what it was like to journal, or to journal collectively together, as much or as little as you want in the time given. If you want to directly read an excerpt, that's cool. If you just want to kind of summarize. So yeah, just whatever you are comfortable with. So, okay, we can, Jamie will send us off into our breakout rooms.
All right, see you in this room.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Okay. So let's, I hope everyone had really nice group interaction. I enjoyed mine very much. So I'm watching the time. So let's move on to the next set of prompts. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So now we have the, next set of prompts. These might be, the first two are like a little heavier, but we need that safe space to be able to express our heavier emotions. So the first one is, I feel pressure that I should, but in my heart, I truly care about. 2, what's something that's weighing on me? So write about that. And then what does my wisest self say about it? So tapping into our inner sage, which we all have from our own life experiences. And then 3, what does a perfect day look like for me, moment to moment? And in this prompt, I kind of encourage you to like really slow down, like, and savor the moments, write about like what you're doing, what you see, what you feel, what you hear. So take your time with it. All right, so I'm gonna start the time. We'll go another 8 minutes. We'll take 30 more seconds. All right, nice. We can wrap up that entry and so we'll go back to, oh yeah, another set of breakout rooms for the next few minutes. Same idea, introduce yourself, share which prompt you chose, and share what you would like to share. And I'll let Jamie take us to our breakout rooms. All right. So we're coming back. All right. I think we have like 5 minutes. So I hope everyone enjoyed their journaling time as well as their share outs. I really enjoyed mine. And I want to now share. So sorry. I hope that you kind of got to experience the power of journaling as well as journaling using prompts, being able to choose prompts that speak to you. I myself, like when I had a blank journal, it was just felt the idea of writing everything down in my head just felt so overwhelming that I never started. So I want to do like a super quick demo. I'm going to share my screen. So this is my website. And when you go to, you can customize your journal or your planner, and then I have pre-designed options as well. But if you go to custom wellness journals, you start by choosing a cover that you like. I use print fabrics because I like fabrics that are inspiring, vibrant, invite us to use our journal that, you know, and part of it is like the work we do, with the work we put in a journal, or what we put in a journal's work, and we deserve to feel pride and joy in that work we do for our mental health. So then you're here and you can choose your page type, your layout, so where you might want your prompts, if you want no prompts, if you want like just one prompt on the 2-page spread, or maybe you want more structure. And then kind of the meat of the experience is choosing your prompts. So kind of based on what your goals are. Like I say, take your time, you know, go through and just choose whatever prompts speak to you, as many or as few as you like. And then they'll cycle through based on this layout. And if you want, if you want this prompt to repeat, certain prompts to repeat, you can just choose them here. And so that's like pretty much the whole process. I have these little goodies too, affirming quotes, some mood tracker that you can add. If you want blank monthly planner pages, you can say the number of months. If you want like blank pages at the end, you can say the number. And then you can add a front your personal favorite quote or affirmation or mantra on the front cover page. So actually I'll stop sharing now. So this is what I have in my front cover page. Lead with my heart, flow, not force, remember joy. So I always like to just look at that whenever I need a little boost. So with that, I want to close with affirmations. So affirmations, they're just short sayings you say to yourself or others that help you feel. A lot of the words we saw at the start feel more peace or purpose or confident. And they can be super simple. So I'd love to invite us to put in the chat to everyone an affirmation. And what I'm going to do is save them and in a follow-up email, share the affirmations so everyone has them. So we can type them in the chat. Oh, I hope everyone is enjoying reading these. I certainly am. So many amazing affirmations. Okay, I do want to be sensitive to time. Please, like as these trickle in, I'll just give my closing remarks. So thank you guys for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was a nice break from the daily grind. I plan on sending a follow-up email, so you'll have my contact info. My website is zenitjournals.com. So you can contact me anytime. You can subscribe to my newsletter, so you kind of just stay updated on promotions, offerings. I also offer this workshop and kind of variations of it to organizations. And so if you would like to bring something like this, it's more geared towards like, well, it's personal wellness and wellness in the workplace. Then please do reach out. There's a form on my website. All right, let me make sure I save these amazing affirmations.
Well, I also want to jump in and thank you. It does look like we're out of time, but this has been wonderful. It was so nice to journal again after so many years. So thank you. We also want to thank all of you for joining us and for participating. It may not be in your comfort zone to have done this, and we think you're brave for taking part in it. So thank you tonight for being brave and putting yourself out there and sharing. I will also send you a follow-up email that will include a recording of the program along with a list of resources and our event schedule. And I really hope that you'll join us at a future webinar. So it was so nice to see all of your beautiful faces this evening. We hope you stay well and stay healthy, and we'll see you all soon. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. I did put a link to a survey if you're willing to take it very quickly, as well as my website. Thank you and good night, everyone.